well, let's switch over to the alcohol thing, So here you are in an environment. And quite frankly, if you have a drink, and go on stage, nobody's going to complain, right? No. I mean, what other occupation or profession could you be in where you can drink pretty much, when you want, and nothing's really going to happen? You know what I mean? If somebody came to your farm, if one of your employees walked through the door and said to you, well, I just had a morning cocktail. It really wasn't that much. How much could you put up with that? Well, you couldn't. So musicians fall into this trap, this kind of thing where alcohol becomes part of the rhythm, right? So here's how I've looked at it recently. How much of your potential do you want to realize? 100, 90, 80, 70? And if you want to reach your full potential with what you're doing, particularly anything, do you want to limit your exposure to alcohol? Not that it's a bad thing. I mean, I doubt that there's a whole lot of folks that like an IPA more than me. But how much does it get in your way? How much of your full potential do you want to realize? Because if it's only 80%, then as a musician and not an artist, somebody who's at artist level, meaning the lead singer or the entertainer, they're doing a different thing. Me, I'm coming in and I've got to be responsible for playing particular parts a particular way, in time, in tune, what I'm supposed to, right? It's a different gig. So to realize 100% of my potential, I don't really want anything in the way. I don't want 80% or 75%. And I know that if I have a beer or two, I'm going to fall down to the 80% level. So it's a trade-off. As a musician, how much, as a guitar player, you're using motor skills and you've got to be able to think your way through songs. How much of your potential do you want to realize? Are you okay with 80%? Because there's going to be people that are not okay with 80%. They want 100. And that's who you're going to compete with. So what's it going to take to get there? And in a lot of cases, my case, I have to move alcohol out of the picture to get there. And it's, it's something as being on the road or being a musician, and I suppose being anything else when you're on the road, right? You're on the road a lot and you know that. In fact, you're involved in a strenuous sport on the road. How much alcohol can you consume and still achieve 100%?
Well, I mean, the answer to that would be zero.
Right.
I mean, honestly, and it's not to say that, I might not have an occasional drink, but honestly, it definitely doesn't help you realize your performance goals. That's for sure.
Right.